I have a big home in Los Angeles, which was once lived in by Rita Hayworth and Orson Welles. And I keep rubbing my bottom on the walls, hoping all the glamour will come off. That's a big house with a lot of acreage, and we have rental properties. We have a home in Texas. We have a home in Palm Springs, California, and we have a home in Manzanillo, Mexico. And so I'm a little busy handling all that. Now, on top of that comes the directing of the Thalians. The Thalians is a labdara, as we say in Lithuanian, a charity that is involved with mental health. Actors worrying about mental health, all of whom are a little bit crazy anyway, I find very interesting. But our charity got started with one of my best friends, Debbie Reynolds, who has now died. Debbie, we're talking about you. A group of young actors got tired of being called pot-smoking, sex-minded alcoholics who had nothing to contribute, and said, you know, we're good kids, let's do something and raise money for charity. And they formed an organization. So now, 60 years later, our charity has focused, we used to do from mental health from children to adults, seniors. Now we're focusing on returning veterans who come back from the wars and are willing to put their life on the line all the time for America, and then they fall through the cracks because something happened. So that's another part of my organizational stress. Every once in a while, I still work. Not as much as I used to, because I'm not a young leading lady anymore, but I still work, or I do theater, you know, I do musicals. And then, of course, I also like to paint, but I never have time. I'm of a very strong attitude, and it's my credo in life, that if I have been blessed with a talent, with the opportunity to sell that talent, to entertain people, to amuse people, to receive an audience's applause, which is money in itself, then it is incumbent upon me to do something good for somebody else. Do something good for those who can't help themselves. But I really don't want to do good for those people who sit home eating their crackers, watching television all day without going to work and being on the dole from the government. I resent that, and I'm very anti that. And so I think that fear of a greater power than ourselves is a good thing to have. It means you get kicked in the ass every once in a while to get off that ass and do something good for somebody else. I think God takes a handful of seeds and goes whap and throws it out there into eternity. And some of us land in a good soft place where there's water and there's sun and we grow. Some of us land in sand where we have to dig down under. Some of us land on a rock. Some of us land in the sea. And it's the luck of the throw. And there has always been inequality. And if we try to make everybody equal, that's communism. Under communism, it's just amazing how some people are just a little more equal. They work their way up. And it's what I call caca de toro, in other words, known as bullshit. It just seems like that's not the way to live either. Lithuania and Latvia and Estonia and Poland and Romania all found that out. And dear God, don't let that happen again. And it's up to you and the people that you bring into this world or train to teach that's coming along. Now, you know, what was I going to say? The problem is that there are people in this world that will always help. And it seems to me that there are charitable institutions all over. You have a lot of them in Lithuania now. And it's not up to the government to decide who needs the help. I think it's up to that person and to go to a charity. I feel that there are so many institutions that will do this. And I told you, I love paying taxes. I live in a great country. Am I going to have to pay taxes in Lithuania now that I'm a new citizen? I might have to. I resent my taxes being used for something I don't approve of, like long-term abortions, late-term abortions. I don't approve of my money going to somebody who could get up and go to work, even if it's cleaning the streets or mopping up after the cows, it doesn't matter. Work for a living. Work is very, very therapeutic.
Ką reikia jaunam žmogui padaryti, kad jisai gautų savo žvaigždę Holivudo alėjoje?
Turi gero darbo padaryti kaip nors. Arba gerą labdarą, arba būti burgermeistras to miesto, arba pasižymėti filme, ar teatre. Jaunas žmogus iš pradžios mažai gali padaryti, bet jam laiko pasiekti tikslą. Ale dirbk sunkiai, nepeik kitų, sakyk ačiū Dieve ir gal gausi žvaigždę, gal prie mano.